guys know the routine. We give it a minute and then we get started. I'm not sure what's going on tonight. My computer is running really slow, so hopefully it's not going to lag too much. Okay, we got one. Oh boy, how's it going, George? Did you find anything good?
Go on a defensive.
My air conditioning actually broke yesterday. Again, my cousin does HVAC. He came out last night and recharged it for us. It had iced up.
Brett.
You know, I'm sorry, I gotta make one quick post and then we'll get started. Forgot to post in the other Star Trek break. Alright, let's get this thing started. Alright, well, I'll continue this part of the conversation in a minute. Okay, so tonight we've got ourselves Star Trek Deep Space Nine Heroes and Villains archive box. It's hiding behind this blowout card sign. There she is. Alright, so the one thing we're going to do first is the random, because I guess everybody's busy, so it didn't get done yet. I had requested it this morning or last night, whatever it was. I really don't remember when. So let's try this out and see if it works. Here we go. First off, we click over here. Zoop. Watch our infinity screen go. Alright, so everybody can see that. First, jump over here to the break thread. Gonna copy these 17 items. Got random.org list randomizer. Gonna paste them in. There they are. You know, let's make that a little bit bigger so you can see it. It's gonna jump back here so you're gonna see this pop up again just to make sure that I'm good. Okay, yeah, I'm still good. Alright, so we're going to randomize this 5 times. Number 1. I said my computer's running a little bit slow tonight. I'm not sure what's going on. 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is the one that counts. Number 5. 5. Alright. Now we're going to copy this whole thing. Back in here. I don't know why I bothered to do that. And post that there. Okay, so it is now embedded in our video that we used. There it is again. Congratulations to Chili. Now we are going to come back here.
What did you say? He
And back here. To be honest with you, I only looked at number 5. And now we change ourselves back to here, so you should see the box in a second. Like I said, I got to reboot this computer afterwards. There we go. You like my transitions there? My 2 cameras? Alright, so let's get ourselves started. Now, I think, not 100% sure, but I believe this is the first Deep Space Nine product that I have ever opened. I think we tried opening some stuff in the past and just never got enough interest. So, archive boxes are always better. So we already know what's in this thing. That's pretty solid. The only thing that we don't know is printing plates, and there are printing plates in this, I believe. I don't have my breakdown in front of me. But there is a George. There's some historic villages over near where I live, and there was actually an article recently about a guy who had found, it wasn't anything crazy, I want to say it was some buttons, and the park ranger saw him, and apparently if you find anything on state-owned property, you're not allowed to keep it, you have to turn it in. Alright, so we start, here's our duel, Nana Visitor and Terry Farrell. And the sticker's coming up on this one, but here's our Avery Brooks. So one thing, I think Rittenhouse really needs to do something with these stickers. I think the small clear stickers that, like say the tops used on the Walking Dead autograph magnetics, I think would be perfect. Just unplugging that other camera. See if that helps me out a little bit. These are, now it was just a parallel set, right? Was in here. Let me just jump over to the checklist for the contents of the archive box. Okay, so those are the base cards. They are pretty glossy. I thought maybe they might have been something better. I didn't realize. Okay, first autograph here. Deborah Lacey. I was trying to remember Avery Brooks. I didn't look it up, but what show was he in? It was like a, I don't want to say it was a detective show, but you know, one of those. Was he in Vegas? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Vegas. Here's our first comic cut, CC6. Let's see here. It's from issue number 6, Risk Part 1. So if you find anything, George, do you just hurry up and hide it in your pocket so they don't confiscate it from you? Okay, CC10 from issue number 10. Waxana Troy and the Wedding of Doom. Gotcha. But we have so many beaches. That's the one thing. You know, you usually see people down on the beach.
People, I guess I'll stay Brett.
All right, so I guess this is our piece of display panel, RC1. I want to be like that commercial for like Duracell batteries with that little old man with all the chains around his neck. Alright, that's all base cards.
I will test
Bernie
that.
Casey.
I will test that theory.
I think what you're talking about might be the same thing I'm thinking of. I had seen where, like in South Carolina, where after big storms, that you can still have, you know, like doubloons wash up on the beach. Andrew Robinson. Base. CC7, Risk the Conclusion. That's 3 of our comic cuts so far.
That's been playing good. I've been playing good. Honestly.
And oh, wait a minute. Are they all? Oh, I didn't even realize they're numbered. CC7 is 61 of 99. CC10 is 20 of 99.
For the final. Dear Jesus is only for the final.
CC6 was 78 of 99. This is CC15, and this is 10 of 99. Well centered. I think that was the only difference when the breakdown that you were looking at and what I did is just to, basically is more to make it an even number for me. Is I think you had those all as one hit, and then I just broke them into 5, figuring that they'd be, I agree, they'll be down relatively low. Bill Smitrovich.
Pass it.
Nana Visitor. What is this? Intendant Kira.
Let's just keep it. Let's just next match.
think this is our, yeah, this should be our last comic cut. CC3, 39 and 99.
Thank you.
You know, again, I guess the board's pretty busy, the moderators, but I had submitted the Outlander break on Friday. I think I did it Friday. I do my air quotes. When I was at work. Now, if I didn't work at a small company where they don't have any kind of internet filters. Here's our first. I think there's two of them, right? Iggy Pop. What's going on, EJ? Come on. Jim Metzler.
Wait, mine or his? I don't think so. No, I wasn't.
Then also with the Twin Peaks break, I saw you had just paid. I'll have to see who else is left. I'll send out a reminder tonight, and we can break that either tomorrow or Tuesday. Then Twilight Zone is okay. Twilight Zone is supposed to come out this Wednesday, isn't it? Chase Masterson. It's like I'm. Where is this? I feel like I'm getting like a weird shadow. Did I combine them all with the base and inserts together? I just have to jump over and see. Because there was it the DVD covers? One of the inserts had a second version that was really hard. Billy Mummy. Billy Mummy. And all these. Okay. Box A is done. On to box B. There's our two case toppers. Oh, I just want to put these in soft sleeves. I hate that a lot of times, especially with it's a metallic card, it's just going to get all scratched up. I can. Well, like you guys said, I don't really follow, this product, but there's at least, what, 10 or 12 cards that would cover the spot price. So that means everybody... There's our printing plates. I have some inserts. Okay, what we got here? Helene Udi as Pell. Here's Vanessa Williams. And Iggy Pop number 2. I think that's a better signature on that one.
It's not raining for me either. It's a glitch. It's a glitch.
Bridget Ann White. And since this is the first time I'm doing this, I'll scan all these autographs.
Only Chris recall.
Mark Alimo. And Felicia Bell. But I think it's just because, me personally, D Space 9 was my least favorite. So, I mean, I know the names. I don't remember when I looked at the checklist. Like, I know the Iggy Pops, the Vanessa Williams, the Avery Brooks, the other, some of the other characters. I don't know how big they are. Salome Jens on the secondary market. The one that did surprise me was that the panel, that piece wasn't all that expensive. Dick Miller. He passed away not too long ago, didn't he? Like maybe in the last year or two, if I remember correctly. No, I'm gonna, let me put that. Leland Crook. I'm guessing these are the DVD covers. D1. Nice looking cards. That metallic matte finish on them. Is again, I can't remember when I looked at the checklist now. Is Renee Arbin, however you pronounce his name, the guy that was in Benson too? Is he in this? Wendy Roby. Yeah, I remember her in a bunch of different sets. Andrew Robinson. And Terry Farrell. It's one of the silver signatures. I do really like this look. I'd probably say that the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ones were the best.
me the other post.
Saying is, I wonder how many of the actors from this have been doing other things since. Susan Bay Nimoy. That can't be a coincidence that her last name is Nimoy. Okay, and it doesn't want to focus. There we go. I'm gonna just take a guess that it was his wife. Huh, now this one's a... So this is Andrea Martin, but it's just a different style. I don't know how many different versions of autographs they are.
What's going on with the mic?
I mean, Andrea Martin wasn't... that's not... Is that the same Andrea Martin from... unless I got the name wrong, from SCTV? Patricia Tallman. I mean, I might have my names a little mixed up.
No. Never mind.
Because that's like when we were doing the last Beyond break. You know, I was wondering, I hadn't heard of Carl Urban since, I guess, Ragnarok. Parl Popowich. And then I think I caught a little piece of a commercial that it looked like him in, was it a Netflix show? Something on a streaming service. Julie Caitlin Brown. Oh, and Worf is in this too, if I remember correctly. Charlie Brill.
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm. Good dude, bro.
Deborah Van Valkenburg. Oh, another Chase Masterson. But the Renee one always cracked me up because every time I saw, all I could think of was Benson with him.
Yeah, but you still need you're on the, you still gotta put these.
Mark Allen Shepard. But yeah, I mean, I was just trying to think who has, you know, gone on to do other things. Shannon Cochran after the show. I mean, I'm sure they have, but I don't, you know, I don't know. Like, I couldn't tell you if I've seen Nana Visitor in anything. What insert is this one? A2. It's got 3 different people on it. A lot of gloss. A lot of foil, I mean, not gloss. Max Grodenchik. Hillary Shepard Turner. Yeah, I never watched Battlestar Galactica. Well, I watched the original. Mark Alimo again. Back, I guess, that was what, late 70s, early 80s? Can't remember exactly when I was on. I know on one of those throwback channels I was watching Buck Rogers last week. Believe me, there's a lot of stuff I'm missing out on. There's another one of these triple cards. And speaking of Nana Visitor, Bill Smitrovich. Which show is a great show? Buck Rogers, the original Battlestar, or the remake of Battlestar? Wayne Grace. Oh, there we go. Here's Rene Auberjonois, however you pronounce his name. Barbara Bosson. Steven Weber. Yeah, I'm sure there's so many shows that I should watch that I haven't.
Guys are so boring because they're all CPUs.
Jill Jacobson. Was it Steven? Wait a minute. What was it? Was Steven Weber, and then who was the other one? Here's another Billy Mummy. The brother. But what was that one? It was a real crappy movie where it was like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of thing, but he would like turn into like a female prostitute or something.
Yeah, I thought we could get around there.
Shannon Cochran. Oh, there's a second Bernie Casey. And Felicia Bell. And it's been so long, I can't remember any. I forget so much of that stuff.
Put on second win.
Michael Canavan. That is true. IMDb is a savior. Deborah Lacey. Well, if you're going to be looking all that up for me, help me out with Avery Brooks. Was he on? Was it Vegas? Was the one that he was on? Bertilla Damas. He's been on a bunch of different releases. Well, we're getting to the end. Looks like there may be about 10 packs left.
Sounds like a snowstorm.
Caitlin Hopkins. Yeah, there we go. I'll do this one first. Jim Metzler. And Michael Dorn.
We have
Spencer for Hire. That's what I was thinking of. Not Vegas. That's it. Harris Yulin. And then yesterday, I was watching part of an episode, if you remember, shows that didn't last very long in the 80s. Matt Houston, Melanie Smith with Lee Horsley. It's surprising that there's no relics or wardrobes. Galen Gorg. Come on. Joseph Culp. And Heidi Swedberg.
yes.
I know the one thing with the Rittenhouse sets, and maybe it was if it was a portfolio prints, I don't really like those sets. Just don't like the style.
Falcon saved too, I'm pretty sure.
Courtney Peldon. Well, I do remember they had a baseball team, and then I remember there was an auction for, was it a Willie Mays card? In one of the episodes, Stephen Macht. I don't remember exactly the storyline. I just remember that Cisco's kid
I like it.
and Quark's kid, they were trying to do whatever they could to win that card at some kind of an auction. Alexander Siddig. Now that would have been something if they would have had, you could have pulled the the Willie Mays card out of that was the card, whichever one it was. Maybe it was an autographed baseball. It was something like that. Susanna Thompson.
That was probably like.
There was something like that. Brett Cullen. I mean, I can tell you that, like, say for instance, when Next Generation was on, you know, I used to watch that every, what was that, Saturday nights it was on? But like DS9, I would, Fionola Flanagan. But I mean, this, I used to watch the reruns at night. I didn't watch it when it was on first run. So I was, you know, a couple seasons behind. But like I said, it didn't bother me. He bought the ball from you? Saya Batten. Deirdre Emersheen. So I'm going to have to guess that she is related to it's the actor who plays Quark, right? Is it Armin? Wallace Shawn, which I haven't seen him yet, so I guess he's in one of these last 3 or 4 packs. That's true, though. I mean, Next Generation, they do blocks on the BBC all the time. I mean, the original series is the original series. Now the Scott Bakula one, never watched it. I saw maybe one episode, but oh geez, didn't really care. Camille Saviola. Daphne Ashbrook. I wonder what kind of contract agreement that, you know, licensing agreement that Rittenhouse has with Star Trek in general, because they'll put out, you know, 20 different sets of regular Star Trek, yet they'll only put out one set of Deep Space Nine every couple of years. Here's Avery Brooks again. That's cool. Let me do it this way. Two packs to go. 3 packs to go, counting the one we just opened. Annette Helby.
No.
Yeah, I never watched Babylon 5 either. Now, I did Joel Sweetow. Who was the commander on Babylon 5? The actor's name? I remember we used to watch Scarecrow and Mrs. King, and he was Scarecrow. James Sloyan. So maybe it's the way it's promised, because, like, say, Topps with, Bruce Boxleitner, that was his name. Because, like, with Topps, with Walking Dead, like, when they took over Walking Dead, you know, did they say, oh, you know what, we're going to put out 30 sets for you? I beat you to it, George. And then, you know, the Walking Dead people are like, oh, you know, cha-ching. When in reality, you know, when Cryptozoic's like, all right, look, we'll put out 2 sets a year for you. Molly Hagan. Hillary Shepard Turner. You know, I haven't been following exactly the, Comic-Con, but somebody was posting about, last pack, somebody was posting about the, getting into the Topps thing where they were talking about all their releases and stuff. I wonder if they were going to allow any questions. Somebody can ask them. Hey, EJ, somebody could ask them where the Harrison Ford Stellars are. Tracy Scoggins. Well, I wonder if Rittenhouse would take Walking Dead over just to finish it off.
That's just an
Armin Shimmerman. There we go. So that was the last pack. So they had gotten almost everybody in this. And as long as I'm not getting my shows mixed up, the only people I didn't see in here would be whoever the kid that played Cisco's son. And was it Cole Meany, O'Brien, and I forget what his wife's name was, like Yuki or something like that. Let's see, the black will be the easiest. So we got card number 76, Trevian. Kiko, that's it.
I don't know why he went to the hardest corner possible, but it works.
Alright, that is it for the break. I will scan all these in since this is the first time I've done this break, and there's multiple autographs of some of the people, so that way, it'll be clear as to who is who. So I'll get on that. As always, if there's anything you're interested in breaking, shoot me a message over on Blowout. Join my Facebook group, iFish73 Breaks and Mail Service. Do a search on Facebook, you'll find it. If not, shoot me a message on here and I'll send you the link. We're actually we're still filling our space break. We're going slow with it because we actually, when Viceroy approached me, they added some more stuff to the break. So it's a pretty decent sized break. I think it's 75 items.
No.
So, and the Facebook group is still, small, just started it up. And I also try and put little reviews up of the stuff I open. So give that a look, and that's about it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in a couple of days. We'll do Twin Peaks Archive Box, and then hopefully Wednesday night we'll do 2 cases of Twilight Zone. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next break. If I can actually close out of this thing. My computer's not cooperating with me today. Yeah, we'll just have it won't let me actually click on the drop down menu to close the encoder. Oh, this is so frustrating. Yeah, we're gonna force close this thing. Later, guys.
Are you done?
Not yet.
Are you almost done? Done?